Oh,
Hello, 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 and welcome back to Nothing Zilch Nada. We're your hosts, Xavier Dean.
and Jacob Green.
All right, and today we have Jake's topic. By the way, just to let you know, I want. Do we want to give a big shout out to our most recent subscriber, Jake?
Sure, let's go for it.
All right, so we're gonna give a big shout out to our friend Brad O. He recently subscribed to us. I think it was Sunday, or
It
not?
was Sunday.
Yeah, well, not the
I
Sunday,
know, I
but it
know
was.
it was Sunday because I was there.
You're okay. So it was Sunday. So so Brad O is, if I remember correctly, cousin for you, Jake.
Yes. Yep.
So Jake's cousins, and then one of my friends from high school. So big shout out to him. Thank you for subscribing. And then maybe in the future there might be a little bit of a collaboration with us and him.
Yeah, I just need to get in contact with him about it, but yeah. Also, real quick, I need to go grab my water.
He just ditched us.
Not for long.
Okay.
Okay.
Don't worry. We
All
just
right.
of you all like the whole time behind your back.
Okay. So, um, today I kind of told uh I shouldn't say hinted on this topic. I straight up told you about it, I guess. But
Yep. But you gotta
I
remember, I'm a
decided,
guy. I purposely made sure to forget about what the topic was.
yeah, okay. So last week um I decided that I wanted to talk more about the Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask, which, as I've discussed, I forgot which podcast episode I was talking about, um but it's one of my favorite games of all time.
Mhm.
Um and I love I love scary games in general. Like, well, scary slash creepy games. Like
Yeah, he's not playing
I'm
Five
not a
Nights
big
at
fan.
Freddy's.
I'm not a big fan of like say something like Five Nights at Freddy's, where like it's all about the jump scares because like it only happens once and that's about it. Um, more of a big fan of games that are just like disturbing in terms of like their presence or their concept or the lore behind it. Um, there's a lot of factors that go into it, and one of the reasons I like Zelda Majora's Mask so much is for all the creepy and disturbing concepts and images that it has, or even characters or items that you acquire in the game. So, uh, a full pretense here, this isn't like a full overview of Majora's Mask, but I will talk about it some other time. However, there will be spoilers about the game all throughout because I cannot talk about the certain aspects of the game without spoiling it. So if you don't like spoilers at all, just well, I guess we'll see you on the next one. But
Yeah.
if even if you don't mind being spoiled, just just a forewarning, this stuff gets really disturbing in some aspects, or even like just cringe in general. So
See, and I haven't seen any of this because the full extent of my video games are Lego games,
mhm,
Minecraft, and Boom Blocks.
mhm,
Basically, give me a game with a block, I'm usually playing it. So
mhm. Would you play a Mega Bloks game?
honestly, if there's a good enough story, I would.
Fair enough. Okay. So with that being said, this is creepy moments from The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask. Um, by the way, I kind of like this. This is the PAL version of Majora's Mask. I'm not a
Mm.
big fan of the American box art. I'll show you the Japanese box art, which I think is way better. I just picked this one because it fits in the format of this presentation better. Okay, so um, let me just go to like the slide here. So Xavier, I want you to pick a number between 1 and 13.
Oh, wow. I would go with my favorite number within that, but I have trauma now with that number, being a teacher, so I think I'm gonna go lucky number 9.
Number 9. Okay. Um, Let me exit out of
Okay.
this for a sec. Um, because that would mean I would have to go through all the slides. Okay. So number 9. Oh, the elegy of emptiness. So this is kind of ironic that we're doing this one first because this was the basis for like that Ben Drowned creepypasta
Oh, okay.
story. So so in the game, this takes place in the fourth area that you arrive in the game, which is Icona Valley, which might as well be the land of the dead because there are just a lot of spooky and eerie things to go around. In fact, I think about uh three or four of these things that I picked out for creepy moments in this game come from this specific area. Um, but so after you go through like a couple of like mini dungeons, which are just scary in and of themselves, um, you go to the iconic castle, you fight the iconic king, who's like this dead skeleton. And once he has his mind cleared from all the evil and envy through him, he teaches you a song to play on the ocarina, which is called the Elegy of Emptiness, which is the song that you need to climb up the stone tower, which by the way is a straight up reference to like the Tower of Babel from like the Bible. Um, which I won't explain that full concept there because that's not what it's about. It's about the song itself. The song itself is actually very eerie in and of itself, but what it does is it basically provides you an empty shell of like your physical form. Um, Hence why the statues look different than the mass transformations that you have, because the mass transformations have more aspects of Link through them, much more fuller eyes, and the green cap. Um, but as you can see, like besides the Link one, they all look kind of different. Like this one is based around Darmani the Third, based on the Goron transformation. This one based on the Deku Shrub, which we don't know anything about. And then this one based on Macau because of his tribal tattoo markings and his signature fishbone guitar, because he's a musician.
Nice.
Um, but like they're creepy because like they're a shell of their former selves. The song itself is kind of eerie. And also, like, take a look at this Link one right there. Like, what is actually, let me go into slideshow view. What is up with his eyes? And then just the face in general. Like, this this definitely is creepy pasta worthy
It is.
right there. But you basically use these in order to climb up the stone tower because there are pressure points in the tower that allow blocks to come up or down. Except you don't ever use the Deku Shrub one because the Deku Shrub one is light, which is disappointing.
Hmm.
But you have to use the three other ones to your advantage. Um, oh
Well,
no,
go back. Go back.
No, 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 no. No, no, no. We're not there yet. We're not
I
there
mean, we're
yet.
not there yet.
Okay. Um, yeah, so Elegy of Emptiness, very very creepy stuff. Okay, Xavier.
Yep.
Um, so you already picked nine. So what do you want to pick from 1 to 13?
All right, let's go six.
Six?
Yep.
Okay, one, two, three, four, five. Okay. Okay, this guy. This guy. The Happy Mask Salesman.
Oh, it kind of
Oh
looks
my.
like the one goblin from the labyrinth, which just like hoards everything on their back.
Okay. So for those that don't know about the development story of Majora's Mask, this is pretty much based around like the preceding game on the same system, Ocarina of Time. So a lot of the same assets of the game were carried over. Majora's Mask is probably the best implementation of like reusing assets, but in a new and unique way. And the Happy Mask Salesman is probably like the best example of that because he goes from just being a side character that gives you like a side quest that's just not that memorable to begin with to being one of the main highlighting fixtures of the game just by his mere presence alone. In fact, the first thing he says to you when you first enter the bottom of the clock tower is, "You've been met with a terrible fate, haven't you?" Um, and he keeps telling you that because the reason he's here is because he wants the Majora's Mask, which was stolen by the Skull Kid. Um,
Okay.
and he needs it after 3 days, or else he has to leave. And you know the reason why he has to leave because of what we might talk about later. But he knows the existential dread that's coming to Clock Town and the world of Termina, the game world that you're in. Um, but look at this guy's face. Like, well, both of his faces. Like the image to the left
Yep.
is um, you know, very, he has that smile, but he has the closed eyes. And then look at this guy.
Hmm.
Like and this is from a specific moment where like you come back in time, but you don't have the Majora's Mask, but your body is healed, and he's like, "You don't have it?" And then he shakes you and he's like, "What? God!" And then he explains to you the story of like why this mask is so evil and why you have to get it back. Now I don't know because I was researching some stuff for these topics because they are based around stuff. But I don't know how this is true or not, but if it is, it makes a lot of sense. This is based on game producer and developer Shigeru Miyamoto.
Hmm.
Like the way his presence when he's like a producer for a game, because there are stories about Miyamoto just like hovering around the shoulders of other game developers and just being like I won't get into it now, but there are just a lot of stories of Miyamoto just tampering with things that don't need to be tampered. Like, I respect him as a developer and producer, but like, there's a lot of things. There's a lot of things. Anyways, yes, Happy Mask Salesman, very, very scary guy. Okay. Oh, why do I keep picking on these slides? Um, but what do you want to pick next?
All
1 to
right.
13. So you already picked nine, you already picked six.
I guess now we gotta go seven.
Seven? Oh, this is an interesting one. The aliens. Yes,
Aliens.
yes, there are straight
Now,
up aliens in these games.
I,
And there is a basis for this game. So let me talk about these aliens first. So there is an area in the game called Romani Ranch, that's kind of like treated like its own main area. You don't fight a boss in it. But there are important side quests and some very important story elements in there. Um, so you meet this character Romani, um, and she tells you like every year they arrive, and it's the aliens, and basically they arrive at the farm to steal the cows.
Hmm.
Yes, they are those type of aliens.
Oh, they're
Um,
like normal Martians and not, you know, let's probe you.
yeah, but these aliens,
Oh,
um,
I think you
they're
lost.
like, no, I know. I'm doing it because I want to go to a specific thing.
Okay.
Um, but um, but the thing about these aliens, because they're so specific in terms of their design and their purpose, I was wondering what they were based on. Um, but like because like when you do the quest,
Hmm.
when you do the quest based around it, you decide to like help out with the alien problem by your choice, of course. Um, and you need to have the bow and arrow in your force in order to do it successfully.
Yep.
Um, you basically have to arrive at around 2 a.m. to take care of the alien epidemic, and you do it for like in-game time is like 4 hours, but in actual time it's like uh 3 minutes, I think.
Um,
Um, but you do it, you take care of you take care of the aliens. If you don't take care of the aliens, then they do steal the cows, and then Romani is just like super tired and just going crazy, like just having like that tired expression on her face. Um, but the aliens, you want to know what these things are based off of?
what?
They're based off of Flatwoods, the Flatwoods monster, which is a cryptid from a 1952 West Virginia sighting.
Okay.
Um, so the Flatwoods Monster is a legendary creature from West Virginia folklore, first reported in 1952 after a group witnesses saw a bright object crash land on a nearby hill. Upon investigating, they encountered a tall humanoid creature with a spade-shaped head, glowing eyes, and a metallic green body, which allegedly advanced toward them while emitting a hissing sound. The incident is a well-known cryptid. Um, and it's the other major thing that they did um was um was they would steal farm animals. Um, and they say that the symptoms of encountering them are witness reports of feeling nausea, headaches, and a pungent sulfuric odor in the area.
Hmm.
But the image I'm about to show you, which I don't think it's a real image. I think it's like an artist's interpretation of it, of
Right.
what it might have been it. Uh, but uh, just to show it to you, this is it right there.
Oh, cool. Kind of looks like something from a Lewis Carroll uh book.
Yeah, but these things are like terrifying in concept. I mean, they're kind of whatever in the game, but like their concept and story alone, and the fact that they steal from like farm animals is like very, very scary concept indeed.
Right.
Okay, 6 and 7 and 9 are down. Where do you want to go from there?
All right, so we got 6, 7, and 9. Let's go. You said 13 was the max?
Yes.
All right, let's go 12 then.
Well,
Yep.
okay. Let me click on the thing. Okay. Now this is not talking about the mask that's in the game, but it's talking about the boss fight that you encounter. This is the Majora boss fight, which
Okay.
is this three-stage boss fight right here. Um,
No, that's
and
cool.
it's mainly based on the designs because like the mask itself is attached to the Skull Kid, but then towards the end of the game it detaches itself. And you have to do like well, there's two ways you can approach the boss fight. You can either do it the intended, slightly intended way where like you face the stages through like complex challenges, utilizing all the transformation masks, including your human form. Um, or you could put on the fierce deity mask and treat it like it's a joke. But I think both work super well in terms of the story. So Majora's Mask, the initial stage, it has tendrils. Also shoots a beam of light. The incarnation one is funky because this thing straight up moonwalks and like taunts you, and kind of has like kiddish screams because like Majora, the
Yep.
character of Majora is kind of like childlike in its mannerisms and treats things like they're playthings. Um, but that's like kind of what the incarnation represents. But then you get to Majora's Wrath and like it's like, oh man, this thing has just gone berserk. It's crazy. This thing like just got pumped in the gym. Thing's got like freaking whips. Um, and it's like, and its screams are way more terrifying now. Like, I mean, again, the fierce deity boss fight treats it like it's a joke, but the when you face it without that, like it's a little bit of an intense fight. I've actually done it both ways, and like both ways actually work in terms of the story.
Right. So that last boss kind of looks like a drill sergeant that's about to whip you into shape.
Yes, drill sergeant.
uh,
Um,
all
okay, where do you want to go from here?
right.
Um,
Um, let's go one. I haven't.
one. Okay, now
I
this is
know
the
one's
main,
the loneliest number, but I
but it
one
is
doesn't
one of
get
the
as
more
much credit
highlighting
as we give it,
numbers.
or we're
It's one of the
supposed
more
to.
highlighting numbers because it's the moon.
Well, that's a
I
nice.
have both. I have both different images. This one is from the N64 version, and then the other one's from the 3DS version.
It looks like
Um,
a hug.
so the moon is summoned to crash into the world of Termina in 3 days. And basically, its whole purpose is to remind you of what's about to happen. Because even when you travel to a different area in the game outside of Clocktown, like
Mhm.
when you're inside, you don't see the moon. But once you go outside and you see the moon still inching closer, you're still reminded of its presence. You're still reminding of the overlooming threat that's about to destroy the world. And space too. Like
Mhm.
I think the angry face is appropriate in terms of like, oh, it's about to crash, land, and destroy everything. Um, but I kind of like the N64 one a little bit more because it's more creepy.
Yeah,
Like,
I can see that. Well, it's because that one looks, at least to me, it looks a little more realistic. Like you could actually see that as someone's face.
and also, if you do not save Clocktown, if you do not like use the Ocarina of Time to restart the 3 day cycle, because yes, the game is a freaking time loop.
Mm.
Um,
Oh,
this
Groundhog.
moon, the cutscene will play out of the moon crashing down and destroying everything with you on it, and then Majora's Mask just being engulfed in the flames
No.
of eternal dread. It's actually one of the few Nintendo games that actually shows a bad ending cutscene. Um, and
Uh,
it's like probably one of the more recognizable ones. There's a few other games that have bad cutscene endings, like I think it's like Metroid 3 Corruption and some Paper Mario games, and I think Luigi's Mansion too. I can't remember. Anyways, 1, 6, 9, and 12 are down. Where do you want to go from here?
Let's go 10.
10. Oh, this was the one you wanted to see. This one, Pamela's father.
Man, I feel sorry for Pamela.
Yeah. Oh, yes. So this is tied to Icona Valley earlier. So Icona Valley's got like a bunch of like monster-like enemies in the area. Um, and one of the more present ones are the Gibdos
Hmm.
and the Redeads, which are freaky in terms of their concept. They're basically like the zombies of the Zelda series. They basically like slowly approach you, and if you don't escape in time, they grab onto you and slowly drain your health. And the only way to escape them is to like shake the D-pad or the circle pad back and forth just to escape their grip, and it's like a very tense experience.
Right.
Um, but there is a music box house which will only open when the river comes by. And once that river comes by, you can enter into the house when Pamela is not in there. Yes, it is straight up home invasion. But you go to the basement of the
Oh,
music box house and you see Pamela's father walk into the closet, um, being straight up transformed into like a Gibdo. Um, now two things can happen.
yep.
If you don't do anything about it, or if you try to attack it, Pamela will come back and will try to calm down her father, because the father doesn't actually attack you. That's the thing. Um,
Oh, so it's like the mannequins from Lego Indiana Jones.
yeah, I guess so. But what you have to do is you play the Song of Healing, and once you do that, the Gibdo mask comes off, and you need that mask in order to comfortably travel the bottom of the well. And the mask doesn't transform you into a Gibdo; it just basically gives you like a Gibdo thing over you.
Right.
But the Gibdo don't notice that. But I think the most heartwarming thing about this is that when the father becomes normal, like you see this lovely embrace of like Pamela and her father, like just embracing each other, and the song of healing like playing in the background. Like it's a very tender moment, one of the most tender moments in the game. But
Oh.
the initial presence of Pamela's father is just very terrifying. And also, I like this. I love Majora's Mask's artwork in general. I think it's so dope. Um, okay, so where do you want to go from here?
So we've got what do I want to
One,
so far?
1, 6, 9, 10, and 12.
1, 6, 9, 10, 12. Um, um, let's do 4.
4. Oh, this. So, the transformation masks that you require in the game. Um, Well, first of all, they're based around like actual living beings based on like some of the different tribes. Like the Deku Scrub is based off like this butler's son, although you don't actually encounter the son. This one is based on Darmani the Third, and you
Okay.
cure him with the Song of Healing. Same with Macau, which you cure with the Song of Healing. And then the Fierce Deating Mass is just straight up given to you. Um,
Mm,
there's that, but then there's the initial transformation sequence of the creatures when you put on their masks. Because it's like you can skip these cutscenes once you experience the first initial transformation, but the first time you put it on, you have to experience the full transformation sequence. And there's like each and every one of them. Like there's this look of actually, let me just zoom this in. There's a look of dread in each of their eyes, and a scream that accompanies each of them. Where it's like it's like Link is experiencing pain every time he puts on each one of these masks. Like he experiences their pain
Hmm.
every time he puts them on. And these eyes too. Like look at these eyes. They're just the Zora one is probably the freakiest one of them all because it's just like pitch black and like cracks forming onto them.
Hmm.
Like, I don't know how you feel about these.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm sure if I were playing a game, like a video game, that would
Mhm.
seeing that would scare the ever loving shit out of me.
Yeah, it doesn't like scare me per se, but it's still creepy
Hmm.
and it's still like pretty heart-wrenching when you think about it.
Right. Yeah, I would agree.
Okay.
And so we've got about looks like little under 9 minutes left. So
Yeah, I see that. Um, let me
what
Okay, so where do you want to go to next?
what would you recommend we go to next?
I actually want to talk about this thing, which is the toilet hand.
Toilet. Okay.
Okay, so concept is actually pretty scary. Well, not scary, but just creepy in general. So at midnight in the Stock Pocket in Clocktown, you could go to this toilet area, and this hand comes out, and all he asks is some paper. And you could give him like any of the paper items that you require in the game. Could be deeds to the town, could be a medical prescription, just any type of paper.
Well, yeah, because
And like,
the toilet hand just wants TP for its bumhole.
yeah, yeah. And if you give him the paper, he gives you a piece of art and like gives you a thumbs up and it's like, yay, thanks, bro. Like even that voice clip, like, yay, he does that. Like he's a chill dude. But uh to go back to my information right there, there is uh a basis for where the toilet hand comes from. So the toilet hand is Japanese folklore. So
Oh.
it is a from Japanese ghost stories where a hand grabs at a person from under a traditional toilet. So
Mm,
there is a specific tale, well, actually a couple specific tales where this comes from. Um,
all right.
well, there's some inspirations, but like, um, but there are other types of media that have used this similar concept, like Hanakano-san of the toilet and Akaname. Like I don't know exactly what those pieces of media are, but like concept itself is actually pretty scary because going to the bathroom in the middle of the night and a hand just like grabbing you, like,
Sounds like a jolly good time.
yeah, sounds like a jolly good time. But in the game, in execution, Toilet Hand's just a chill dude. I mean, he
Yeah.
looks kind of freaky with like his pale skin and what looks to be like black nails.
Hey, you gotta cut him some
But
slack though. Again, he just wants some TP for his bumhole.
yeah, but um, yeah, but I think uh yeah, I think the toilet hand is just one of the strangest concepts, and it's probably my biggest exposure to like Japanese culture in general.
All right.
Japanese culture's got some weird stuff going on.
Yep. All right. So I'd say we would have enough time for one more.
Okay,
I
all right,
I do wanna, because I'm looking at the names on the side. I do
yeah,
want to find out what the Children of the Moon are.
okay. Actually, this might be the best way to close it off. So, the Children of the Moon. So, at the end of the game, before you encounter Majora, You
Mm-hmm.
have the option to acquire the Fierce Deity mask by playing games with the children. They're basically just little challenges for utilizing your powers. Um, and this is where collecting all the masks comes from,
Mm-hmm.
because you have to give the children the masks or else you won't be able to acquire the challenges, and hence you won't be able to get the Fierce Deity mask.
Right.
Um, First of all these mask children are basically the model of the happy mask salesman
Okay.
because of the hair. Because of the hair and their humanoid appearances. And the masks themselves are like the bosses that you fight in each of the four areas, plus the one that has like Majora's Mask on it.
Okay.
But the scariest thing about these though is the stuff that they say to you afterwards. Well, not again, not necessarily scary, but interesting to think about. So let me go to where the quotes come from,
Mm-hmm.
because I know I have them.
All right.
Okay, yeah. So each and every one of them says a similar type of quote,
Mm-hmm.
but it's there's some variation with it. And I actually wrote these down in my poetry journal recently. So the first boss one says, "Your friends, what kind of people are they? I wonder, do those people think of you as a friend?"
Oh, oh, that hurts. That hurts a lot.
Yeah. You wanna okay, let's keep going. Second one says, "You, what makes you happy? I wonder, what makes you happy? What makes you happy? Does it make others happy too?"
Wow.
The second child says, "The right thing. What is it? I wonder, if you do the right thing, does it really make everybody happy?"
Oh,
The fourth one says, "Your true face. What kind of face is it? I wonder, the face under the mask, is that your true face?" And then once you um so if you don't play with the other children and you counter Majora first, he says, "Do you want to play with me? Okay, let's play good guys and bad guys. I'll be the good guy and you be the bad guy." But then once the other children are gone, the scenario becomes slightly different. And this is where he gives you the Fierce Deity mask.
okay.
Everyone has gone away, haven't they? You don't have any masks left, do you? Well, let's do something else. Let's play good guys against bad guys. Yes, let's play that. Are you ready? You're the bad guy. And when you're bad, you just run.
Hmm. Oh, that,
Yeah. Yeah. Very, very creepy stuff right there.
yes. Yes, it is. Wow, that,
These are honestly the quotes that I think about. Like Majora's Mask has like real very great quotes in general that I think about, but the stuff that the children say, that's the stuff I think about sometimes.
I'm gonna be honest, out of everything you have shown me today, that right there is the scariest one. Not just because you got the kids with the masks, but just the things they say.
Yeah.
Impactful.
Hmm.
Not in a good way, but like just impactful.
Yeah. So I'm glad you picked that one. And it was number 13.
It
So
was number 13. All right. So unfortunately, we don't have too much time left for like a longer conclusion, but regardless, I'm Xavier Dean.
and I'm Jacob Green.
I'll see you next week for our Halloween special.
Hmm.
Up.